Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a VOD review. This is actually for TheeThee. This is TheeThee's second VOD, I believe. It is Diamond 4 and they want to work on positioning as well as dying less. So I think we will definitely, look to see obviously how we can improve them. You guys can get your own VOD reviews as well, by the way. They offer 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. You can literally either come and say hello to my lovely chat, or you can come and lurk. It's completely whatever you feel is best for you, basically. We have the Soul Blim skin on as well. It's my personal favorite, so already points in my book. And yeah, so I guess we'll get started now. Just before we start, I'm going to be very warning of you right now. This isn't a great Mercy comp. The reasoning is because obviously Hanzo has a one-shot ability, and the only thing you could really damage boost and have value with is the storm arrows. Obviously you can still damage boost Hanzo, do not get me wrong, but you would actually have a lot more value on a different character right now. Same with Ball, because Ball is a very he'll just roll about and do his own thing. It can be very hard for you to heal as Mercy, right? So I would maybe recommend switching to a different support right now, maybe like an Honor, maybe like a Brig, or just anything else. Obviously it depends on what your you're comfortable with. And obviously Sombra, I think Sombra with the buffs is a lot better to be able to damage boost and stuff. We just need to be really careful that we're not giving her away when she's in Translocate for him. But yeah, so I guess we'll get into it straight away. We'll end up seeing what you guys do. Obviously I have a Life Weaver as well, so quite a bit of healing, which is really, really nice. Love the little AFK thing at the start. And I guess we'll just get into it. So obviously at this point, if your hands are still in spawn, just leave him. You have to basically just focus on whoever's there within the team fight right now. And right now this is these guys, okay? So leave him to do his own thing. You just go into the point and you do your own thing. Leave him to do whatever he's doing. So Sombra gets taken out, which is completely fine. That's how you drop away. So obviously you don't be away from here and everything. Nice. You're not gonna get that res off because it's way too out in the open. Well, how you just play back with your Life Weaver right now, damage boosting him on the just Casey, Okay. We don't need to be going around getting rid of all these railings right now, because this isn't going to help us escape, okay? If you need to escape, you just bash one railing and you go away, okay? Because right now you're very tunnel visioned on wanting to destroy these railings. You don't really need to, okay? You can literally stand main, okay? You realize that your Hanzo is now woken up, and you can start damage boosting him right now, okay? So what we do is we end up backing off, and then it doesn't really give us any value. Love how you obviously heal Ball as he goes past. I'd be damage boosting one of your snipers right now. Nice. They should be helping out Widow. Oh, okay. Let's quickly talk about this. So we're doing a lot of random GAs right now that we don't need to. So let's quickly back it out, and I'll show you which ones are a little bit. Obviously, so we talked about railings, right? This GA, okay. First of all, we don't need to. Right now, there's no need for you to back off as much. You could just stay on this high ground and damage boost, okay? I'll tell you when you need to move. Okay, you might need to maybe GA forward a little bit, but then play here. Play here. Play here. Play here. I know this is boring, but if you, if you just stand on this high ground, you can just have beams on these guys, and you do not need to peel forward. Because right now these mini super jumps that you're doing, or backing off and just randomly moving about like this, it's essentially it's the reason why your Widow dies here right now, okay? Because you're too busy doing these little random jumps and stuff like that. Save your Mercy movement for when you need it, and just stay here. You're in beam range right now, so if you just stand here and just help out your Widow, she'll be able to survive. All right, Widow obviously going across, damage boost these storm arrows, you didn't need pull there. But that's obviously, GA away. Same thing again with the random super jump. I'd use that jump to go to your Hanzo. Damage boost your Hanzo storm arrows. Nice heals obviously onto Ball. I feel as though right now we're missing the point of what we need to do, right? The reason why we're playing Mercy right now is to damage boost. So we need to be making sure that we are being aggressive with these guys. We have Life Weaver. Life Weaver can just heal. Alright? Life Weaver has a ton of healing. So allow him to heal the Ball and do his own thing. You can heal the Ball, yes, too, as well. You can do that. But whenever you see your DPS, for example, your Hanzo right now, right? You can see him coming forward and being aggressive. I want you to, whenever you see him being aggressive, you put that blue beam on him. right? Because right now at the moment, you're not enabling your DPS at all. You're playing very, very passively that you don't need to. I want you to be like basically within that beam range of your DPS and being able to damage boost them when needed. Because right now you're just kind of like not really enabling your team at all. You would actually get value by playing another character right now. So just leave your ball. Damage to send storm arrows. You see how your life weaver can help your what's it called, your widow right now? You need to be pushed up with your Hanzo. Allow your Hanzo to get those damage boosted storm arrows because that can get some really nice kills, especially if like ricochet nicely. And then when the Zarya walks onto him, then you can start helping him, alright? Obviously ends up getting pulled away. Nice damage boost here onto him though. Same thing again, like let Ball do his own thing. We don't need to be with him. Naturally we push forward with Hanzo now. I would cancel my GA though and play here. The reasoning is because you don't need to be coming out here, because you coming out here is going to make you at risk to any people that haven't like died to the original like team fight basically. So if you cancel your GA here, then it means that you, what's it called? You can just like help enable your Hanzo right here, and you don't need to be like, you're not putting yourself at risk. So just cancel it here. Nice damage boost onto your Hanzo though. Leave your Ball. Ball has like 900 HP. Let him do his thing. Ball will return to you or go to health pack if he needs healing. You don't need to go to Ball. Alright? Let him do his own thing. You can actually have so much more value right now by just being with your hit scans. What's gonna happen is this Ball's gonna roll about on these guys, slamming people, doing all those kind of like, you know, Ball things basically. Allow him to do that, and then what will happen is obviously the Ball will help displace people. The Ball will displace people into these little gaps of sight lines of where your Hanzo and Widowmaker are holding. If you stay here and damage boost these guys, it gives them more of an opportunity to get as much damage or even like kill people that are going to be displaced by the Ball, okay? So you would actually be so much more valuable right now staying down here with these guys and just damage boosting them. Alright, well, we keep going.
No one can.
I just be with except because right now you're being really like risky crossing the sideline, right? I would just play back and then just like help damage boost your Hanzo right now instead of just going straight back to your Widow. Nice damage boost now though. Same thing with like that random super jump, we don't need it. I like how you stop yourself on the payload now though, that's really, really nice. It feels like at the moment, TheeThee, you feel lost. Like, you feel really lost. Like, you're very much like, I don't know who I should be with, right? And I feel as though it's all coming down to the fact that we don't know who we should be with. Okay? Right now, like, your main bleeding target, I would say in this comp is probably going to be Hanzo. Unless, obviously, Hanzo doesn't have a good angle, then it's going to be, what's it called? It's going to be Widow. You have, I was scared with this team. Don't be. Your team's really good. You're like, don't be scared. Like, you can start being scared if like you've like done a couple team fights and your team aren't doing anything. And that place you could, what's it called? You could just like, you know, back off or like switch characters and stuff like that. But you have to go into like games and just be like really committing. And be like really aggressive, not so much aggressive, but like, be like really committed with these guys and be like, I'm gonna like commit hard with these DPS and enable them as much as you can. Wait until they've, you know, either disproven themselves or something before you start doubting them. Because if you go into a game really doubting them and being like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go kind of thing, it's gonna end badly because you're not already being trusting of your team. You need to put your whole entire trust into this team and then make them work for it or like make, you know, see how, what's it called? See how they act basically before we make our judgment, okay? So I would like, so in this comp, right, we need to enable our snipers and then just allow Lifeweaver to help this Ball. Obviously, if he rolls back like really critically like into your team, to you, then you need to, what's it called? Then you need to like go and help your Ball or something. All right, but we'll keep going. Same thing with the random super jump. Obviously, we don't want to be doing them. Try to utilize more crouch GAs. Nice, this is what we should be doing. Perfect. Do you see how our Widow is like being really doing so well right now, holding this angle? Instead of peeling back to this ball, because remember, Life Weaver can help this ball. This is Life Weaver's job. We can just hold this angle with the Widow. Play with your Angelic Descent, just kind of like play hovering around like here or like hovering down or whatever kind of thing. Just play around here. Enable your Widow. Right now, your Widow is the one that's doing damage. She's the one that's being aggressive. So be with her. Play with her. Okay, but we keep going. Because you see how we should be like pushed up with the Widowmaker right now to be trying to help her. Remember, Widowmaker as well's only got 175 HP. So she needs to, she does need a little bit more support sometimes. Alright. We need to now position ourselves ready for this next team fight, okay? Because what's going to happen is this ball's obviously going to roll about, it's going to do a spin kind of thing. But at some points, these guys are going to start peeking this window. Oh, there's a Mercy stood right there in our LOS, okay? We need to be positioned ourselves ready. However, we also still need to enable our team. How do we do this? Okay, well, our Widow is going to be holding this angle. She's going to be holding the main, you know, like, sight line. We position ourselves here. The reason why I say here instead of, like, here or wherever else, right? Here is your best option. Because, obviously, if you position yourself here, you're too close. Because then if any kind of like splash damage comes from the Widow, it comes onto you, you can die very easily. So we need to create that space. It also means if people come from these stairs, we have time to react to flick away to our Life Weaver or something. So it means that we're completely cut out that LOS. It also means that we can help our Hanzo as well. Because if Hanzo, you know, uses storm arrows, we need to be damaged in that. So we can go up and flick up for that, okay? Right now, we are in our best positioning right now, playing here. But we keep going. It would also be good as well if we could like maybe get on the payload a little bit here. Remember, like it's a maximum of 3 people that can push this payload. Damage to Hanzo storm arrows. Same thing again, we don't need to be, you know, doing this with Ball right now. Let Ball do his thing. Nice damage on the Widow. That's fine for you to help your Ball, but wait until the Ball rolls out. Ball will be absolutely fine up until the point where obviously he'll start retreating because he's lost a bit of HP. Don't be like panicking with him and think, oh my god, like, I need to go and help him, right? He's lost a bit of HP. It's fine. Ball has so much HP. Just let him do his thing and let him live. And you could just like play with your Widow and damage boost her right now, alright? See, Blade comes off. Okay, I'm gonna play this out and then I'm gonna talk about it. So I want to see what your decision making is like. Okay, I'm going to rewind it now. So let's talk about all of this, right? Because I feel as though you had some really good decisions here and you had some not so great ones. So obviously we say push up with Widow, right? Obviously we go to a help ball, we talked about this, right? I love how you do not just go and GA in straight to your Widow, because there have been so many times where I just see people like Mercy's just GA into whoever's been focused by the Blade, okay? At this point, you have to realize, obviously, you know, she's being pulled away by the Life Weaver pull, which is like really, really great. But let's say you didn't have Life Weaver, let's say you had AlphaAli, for example, right? If you go and try to GA into this Widow, are you going to save her? No. Because she's just going to die to this Blade. Because obviously Widow's very vulnerable to the Blade. And Genji's going to go, choo, choo. And then, oh, I got a dash to like reset. Hey, look who's here that's like right next to me. Choo, choo, kind of thing, right? So, I love how you play your distance here. This is really, really great. I love how you play back. This is really, really nice. I do not like how you're doing these like mini super jumps though, instead, right? Because I feel as though what you're constantly doing is you're constantly like GAing super jump, kind of like this, right? You can get so much more value and better positioning as Mercy if you're doing a GA angled slingshot, right? Because it means that you can get yourself up high if you need to, but then you can also like GA yourself like long distances and stuff like that, basically. I remember I worked on the super jump so much last mod. Yeah, there's still a few times where like you are definitely like still spamming it a little bit more. But you can definitely do like more angled ones, basically. Anyways, so obviously we end up, obviously, you know, so obviously we end up getting hit with the AlphaAli as we Valk, which is completely fine, because obviously, you know, like, it is what it is. Love how you could go appeal for your Hanzo right now, this is completely fine. Tends to get railgunned, right? I love this res. This is what I wanted to find, like, say you did really, really well. I love how you go for this res and you're using these like cover and your like this like roofing and stuff like that to block out the LOS from the Sojourn. This is a very, very good res from you. I love this. I love this decision making from you, all right? The only issue is what you do after the res, right? Whenever we do a res, we always want to make sure that we know where we need to back out to as we're doing so, okay? Because it's all well and good doing all these like really, really nice reses and stuff like that, but we also need to make sure that, you know, because remember, Mercy is like really vulnerable in her res form, and a lot of people, especially like, you know, they won't be able to react to the res like dead on as soon as it happens, right? But, you know, Mercy's stuck in that position for like 1.75 seconds from the top of my head. I think that's how long res lasts for. So while we're doing this res, right, we need to make sure that we are looking for our target to get out. This is our target to get out. Our nice little tree with our Widow and Lifeweaver, okay? As soon as we've done that res, we can J ourselves out. And as we're J'ing out, flick our camera around to make sure that we're there to assist the Hanzo. Because remember, this Hanzo's still a little bit of a risky spot because the Sojourn's still here. So go for this lovely res. I like the res. I love it. Just make sure that we have that, you know, escape route out. And then we are able to enable this Hanzo afterwards, okay? And then at this point, I just like, you end up kind of like heal botting a tiny bit here. Make sure we're still pushing the damage boost, because remember, Hanzo's Storm Arrows are really, really good to damage boost. Damage boost them, because then he can maybe like pick off this Sojourn. If we pick up this Sojourn, then we should be able to cap it real quick, okay? Obviously, end up grabbing. We grab a tree. How beautiful. Anyways. Let's get rid of kind of like playing back. Love this. I would make that more of a cancel GA, just to make sure that you're like, you know, you're saving your GA, and just in case like someone ends up diving your Widow, you need to go and help these guys and stuff. Make this a cancel GA and then just sit here and damage with your Hanzo. That is a perfectly fine time for you to help all. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's talk about this as well, because yeah, let's start from the slingshot, because obviously we talked about the slingshot, right? I like how you peel back for ball now. This is a perfect time for you to heal ball. This is like one of the few times where we should be doing really, really nice. Obviously, Widow ends up getting traded up because of it, but to be fair, she's in a bad spot anyways. Widow should actually be probably positioned way back here, so she's out of LOS of the Zarya. So that's not your fault, that's Widow's bad positioning. Like how you go to peel for the ball, right? You end up getting saved here because I feel as though you start panicking. You're like, oh my gosh, there's a high charge Zarya on me, what do I do? Right. The best thing you can do with Zarya is either create distance or create natural cover barriers, okay? Because obviously she can't shoot through the natural cover, or if you make space, like for example, if you Jade back to like your Lifeweaver or something, you're creating space. Now, because your team is still very active in this team fight, I feel as though your option right now is to use natural cover. So as soon as you see the Zarya, you make her come to you by playing this pillar. This pillar playing as well also gives you time to then find a GA target. Now, your best bet is to GA one of these guys. If you cannot find any of these guys within that time of, obviously, you know, playing little ringy round roses, I guess, with Zarya, then you need to GA back to Lifeweaver, okay? I'm a panicker. No, I can tell. I can tell 100%, because you also default a lot to the healing beam, which I'll show you in just a second. So she ends up getting pulled away. It's the end of healing ball, which is completely fine. I like how you play it like around the side and stuff. Really nice. You see how what's it called? Our Hanzo is like full HP. I want you, instead of like defaulting to healing everyone and thinking everyone's like low HP, default your like main beam to be your blue beam. Because obviously, when you put your beam on, if they are losing a bit of HP, it doesn't take a split second just to be able to flick the heal beam on and stuff like that, right? So I want you, instead of like being like really focused on putting heal beams on people, or just putting a beam on people, I want you to focus putting blue beams on people, right? Making sure that we're like going out of our way to be able to like, you know, wanting to damage boost these guys, all right? But we'll keep going. So you end up kind of peeling back to Hanzo, which, sorry, our thingy was completely fine. I love how you go to damage boost at that point. That is what we should be doing. We should be trying to damage boost as much as we can. Alright? Really, really nice. So obviously we go back over to the points, which is completely fine. See how we're doing this like random GA stuff that we don't really need to be doing? be sure that we're only using our GA for a purpose. Because right now, we could actually be using our GAs to go and help our Hanzo. Because remember, obviously, our Widow's coming back from spawn and stuff. We could actually just be using our GAs to helpfully, like, for example, use the Life Weaver to get ourselves over here, to then allow ourselves to be with this Hanzo right now, okay? Remember, Hanzo is going to be our main blue beam target. Nice. Nice rotation, obviously, up to Widow. He's anti, so that's completely fine. Ooh. I like the res, okay? However, I would not do it the first way that you showed, okay? Let me quickly back off, because it looks like you want to go for a super jump res, right? Doing a super jump res here is not going to give you cover, okay? Because it's going to be out of range. So I like how you play with Widow here. Right. You see ball dies. At this point, I would just stay where you are, because obviously he's antied. I'd stay where I am. Now you have to assess the situation and think to yourself, can I get this res off? Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can, okay? However, not the way you intended, because you tried to go for this little, like, super jump res here. The way that it's positioned, the orb, in fact, let me just pause it for a sec so you'll... Oh, I can't see the orb unless it's, like, on your screen, which is annoying. Where the orb is, if you try and do a super jump res, you are not going to provide too much more cover. I like how you did it the second way, where obviously, you know, you don't end up doing the super jump res, you end up kind of doing it this way. It's so much more safer. However, I would ping the res to make sure that you let your team know, because obviously then Life Weaver knows that he has to focus on helping the Widowmaker and stuff. Obviously, he does end up doing so, but it's just a little bit like a better thing just to be able to get into. I felt myself getting hit, so I was like, I don't like that res, which is completely fine, yes. I love how, you know, you don't end up doing it, and I love how you wait. Really, really nice. Just once again, just ping that res, just to let your team know that you want to do it. Like how also, you know, you use a target to get out as well, which is really, really nice. Nice help with your ball. Make sure that we're pinging that for our team. You know, when like we see the honor and stuff, ping it for your team, because right now that honor, if your team really focus on this honor, she dies. Okay, so I would definitely like try pinging her to make sure that you let your team know, like, hey, like we need to focus her. All right, that's Widow's bad position again. That's not on you. My only thing is I feel as though, once again, we're being very tunnel vision on trying to help this ball, alright? As soon as Widow dies, you have to think to yourself, okay, who is my next best blue beam target? It's going to be Hanzo. So use one of these guys to build yourself up a nice big GA meter, and then get yourself back up to this Hanzo, okay? Because then you can keep enabling this Hanzo. Obviously, there's less people alive now, so Life Weaver only needs to work on helping out ball, and then you can, what's it called? You can then help your Hanzo. Because right now, like, you've left your Hanzo alone for so long. And also, what's it called? He could have done, like, so much more, like, with his damage boost, alright? Obviously, he ends up getting fallen, which is completely fine. Nice back off to Widow. Nice damage just to Life Weaver while he's doing that damage. Really nice. Nice GA away.
No one can hide.
Stay up here because you just see Widow grapple up here. So you could definitely, what's called? He was spamming heal. He was stressing me. What is that? Is that the ball? Because if so, it's not your, what's called? It's not your job to be like constantly like having to peel back for the ball, or like having to like worry about him. Your main job is to damage boost these guys. If he's spamming his heals, look at his health yourself and then debate to yourself, okay, do I need to go and peel? Don't be just like, because a lot of people do that. A lot of people just sit there and just like spam his heals when they're like 75 HP. All right, use your initiative first and think to yourself, okay, do I need to actually help this guy, or is he just like being really annoying? All right. But I would, once again, so we end up kind of falling from this high ground once again for no reason. Remember, if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? We are quite safe right now, so I would definitely stay up here with the Widow and just damage boost the Widow, okay? Because right now, once again, we're dropping from high ground stuff, but we don't need to. I don't like that GA. I also don't like this Valk, okay? I feel as though this whole GA and Valk comes from you doing this really bad slingshot, right? Remember, our main bleeding targets are going to be our DPS, and we want to try and enable our snipers as much as possible, okay? So, I like how you come up here. We need to stay up there because there's no reason for us to drop right now. This is Life Weaver's job. And it's this GA that I think panics you to use the Valk, okay? Your team right now are not engaged enough like into the team fight in order to get use of your blue beam. So you need to just literally just play back, play with your Widow, play safe, and then maybe a bit later on in the fight, yes, use it. But right now, you just need to sit up here with your Widow, alright? I would stay back and play around the corner, because obviously, you know, we don't want to be peeking the LOS and everything. Oh, come on. That's how you put it away, because obviously, you know, we end up losing her, which is completely fine. When you see Hanzo scale up like this, he's going to be going for like a shot at the top, or like using like some storm arrows or something. So be sure that we're ready with our damage boost for that. We end up getting anti sadly, and obviously we end up falling. So we just need to kind of like be ready with the Hanzo right now, because what this Hanzo will do, you see how this Hanzo is like on this like nice little high ground. We need to be kind of like enabling him and making sure that we know where he is, so then we can help him out and be with him. All right? We'll keep going. That's your may end up waiting for you. You need to heal ball. You need to heal ball. Nice. That's the time where you need to heal ball. Use him as a wall bounce though, like to, what's it called, to get yourself up. Nice. Now damage boost. Nice, Brez. Especially you waiting for the May wall. Really, really nice, Brez. The only thing I don't like is what you do after the res. So you end up getting EMP'd, right? So you know Sombra is going to drop, because, right, you have to think to yourself, okay, I've been EMP'd and it's been out in the open. How am I going to survive, or like be able to survive during this EMP? I would back off into this room, because if you back off into this room here, it then means you can play your safety, you can play your cover, and it forces the Sombra to like really walk onto you to try and help you. So I would definitely like just back off into this like little room and everything, and just, what's it called, like play in here. Because then it means that you're not gonna, what's it called, you're not gonna take all this like damage and everything. Remember damage boost while he's antied. Follow Hanzo right now. Your ball is rolling about in the back line, and Lifeweaver is here to help pull him back and do whatever he needs to. You need to enable your Hanzo right now, because he will want to hit this 1v1 with the soldier, and you want to make it unfair by applying this damage boost, basically. So if you basically allow yourself to apply this damage boost and just allow yourself to take this 1v1, then you can, what's it called? You can help him, you know, like secure the kill. Because right now you're kind of like just jailing yourself like around in their backline and doing nothing. See how we end up falling now, just purely because we're just randomly jailing ourselves about, like, to try and, what's it called, to try and help the ball. We do not need to do that. That's not our job. Allow Lifeweaver to pull him back or do whatever he needs to. We need to be helping our Hanzo right now and enabling him on this high. If he can like kill this soldier and then have this high ground, he will just rain down. All right, but we'll keep going. I didn't know where my team was, sadly. I feel as though the main thing actually that you're struggling right now, TheeThee, is you need an anchor point. What I mean by an anchor point is someone that you know where they're going to be all the time, and be able like to GA back to them when needed. And right now in this team comp, it's going to be your Hanzo, because right now I'd say your Mei, especially when they were on Widow, they were very out of position and very lost compared to your Hanzo, who will be your main blue beam target. Was very, what's it called? I'm gonna pause it here just for a sec. Your Hanzo is very good. Your Hanzo obviously knows how to take these angles and stuff like that. Use him as your kind of anchor point, and use him to like know where you should be positioning and go ahead, basically, all right? Because I feel like you spend a lot of your time, using this VOD, like in this game, chasing around after the ball, when that's not our problem. Ball is only our problem if he rolls back to us, all right? But we'll keep going. Obviously, we end up falling down. Nice heals into AlphaAli here. You see how we're like really tunnel vision on this ball right now that isn't peeking us? Ball will roll back to us if he needs to, right? If he's just out of here, out of LOS like this, he's not a problem. He's like, he can do his own thing, basically. So push forward with your team. Push forward, either damage boost your AlphaAli or damage boost your Junkrat. Just do something main here, because right now you sitting back here and being like, oh my gosh, ball is doing nothing to try and help your team right now. You need to be helping these guys, all right? And then we do end up losing the team fight. So I'm not gonna lie to you, TheeThee. I'm actually going to give you a piece of advice that might seem a bit weird to say I'm a Mercy player doing a Mercy VOD review. I want you to switch off Mercy. And I feel as though the reason why you're getting lost and the reason why you're struggling is because you're playing in a comp where Mercy doesn't get a lot of value. Now, if you want to just one-trick Mercy, you want to play Mercy, by all means do so. But I need you to also understand, like, who you need to, you know, you need to be still understanding what you need to damage boost and stuff like that. I feel like you would have so much better value throughout that entire attack if you were playing Kiriko. Because what you could do there is you can, like, play back, you can obviously shoot out kunais, you can use your Zuzus to help heal for, like, your snipers when they get, like, shot and stuff like that. Because, yes, you can damage boost, obviously, snipers, but, you know, they already have one shot, so there's, like, no need for you to damage boost, basically. So my actual biggest piece of advice for you right now is actually just don't play Mercy. Which I know is, like, hilarious to say I've sat here for the past however long, like, VOD reviewing you playing Mercy. But you would actually have so much more value right now playing a different character, okay? So anyways, obviously we're going to keep on continue Mercy. And I will, like, you know, keep on giving you advice on Mercy right now. Just purely because, obviously, if you do just want to play Mercy or anything like that, basically, or you obviously still need help with your Mercy, by all means, I will very much help that, basically. So at this team fight, I like how you're playing with this Widowmaker, but I want you to play back. I want you to play, like, here, instead of, like, jaying yourself forward and back in like this. You will still stay in beam range with your Widow if you just, like, play on these stairs. Another thing you could do as well, if she starts playing a little bit more main, you could sit up on these, like, little balconies, by the way. So if you want to, like, you know, help your Widow, let's say your Widow's, like, stood here, you can stand up on this high ground, like, up here, as well. It's really, really nice, okay? But we'll keep going. See, nice damage boost right now. But at this point, your main blue beam target's going to now be Soldier. I like how you damage boost your Widow at the beginning. You know, for, like, those early pickoffs. Nice how we switch to Soldier now. Really, really nice. We don't need to help Orisa right now. She's full HP. Remember, with Orisa, we don't need to be going in and helping her because, you know, Alari's here and also the pylons up and everything. So allow these two things to be able to heal up Orisa. Then if Orisa's struggling to keep up with them heals, then you can go in, alright? But right now, you can just play safe and just play passive and just play with your Soldier right now. Help damage boost him. Same thing again, we don't need to be going in here. This can be a Lari with a pylon. Pylon just a ridiculous amount of healing. Once again, same thing. We just need to sit here and just enable our Soldier, okay? That is our job right now. We need to sit here and enable Soldier. Same thing again with the super jump. Look for that res now. This is a perfect time for you to go and res. All you have to do here, because obviously they've all backed off, all you have to do here is you could just GA and then, like, flick around and just res it in this room. That's a really, really nice, like, safe res for you right now. But right now, we're very tunnel vision on helping these guys. That is a perfect example of when we need to heal a Orisa. Nice. Okay? Let's see, Soldier ends up dying for it, but that's completely fine because a lot of people took damage. Nice heals. We need to start backing out though now. You can see how, like, your wrist is starting to back off now because, you know, what's it called? She's starting, like, to get pressure, basically. I would, what's it called? I would want you to GA out to the Alari now and get out. Okay? Because it would have avoided you being dove by this D.Va that you've just been dove by right now, okay? I would have, what's it called? I would have backed out a little bit more sooner. See, Orisa dies. Same thing again, we don't need to, I wouldn't have res there. That is a very, very risky res that you should have been punished for. Let me back out and I'm going to tell you why. Even doing a super jump res here as well is just way too risky for you to, like, take that risk. Right now, your wrist has died, is what it is. We should have kept our beam on her, basically, while she was, like, backing out. Now, at this point, okay, you know she's dead. You crossing, like, across this, especially because D.Va's got her boosters and stuff, she could just dive you. So you do not want to be going for this res right now. You just want to kind of, like, back out. You could damage with your Alari. Alari does a load of damage. So if you sit here and just damage with your Alari and play back, it means you can just play here. Obviously, if Sombra needs a bit of help, then you can, like, peek and, like, maybe help and stuff like that. But your main thing here is just you need to just help your Alari, okay? Because right now, this is a very risky res. And imagine if, like, what's it called? Imagine if the D.Va, like, started to dive you and stuff like that, okay? This is just really, really risky. I love how you look for that escape route out, though. But I would have made that escape route just a cancel GA to your Soldier. Because, once again, Soldier's main blue target, so we can, like, help him. Push that damage boost a little bit more. Nice damage boost onto the AlphaAli ult. I like that. Nice heals. Hard open for your soldier. Nice. I'd still be looking to get out here. Nice. You do end up getting out, which is really nice. Just don't abandon your Orisa. I'd Valk now instead of when you did. The reason is because you're Valking a little bit too early, because remember, the soldier's still like main right now. He's like completely like, you know, sorry, the echo, because it's an echoed ult. It's really confusing. She's like completely far back here. So right now you popping your Valk is going to like not really help people basically. So you essentially just need to like, you could just play back and play your beam length and just play back here and still help your Orisa out with his ultimate. Okay? Once again, you can't get that res off. We don't. So we end up dying here because we GA into the enemy team, right? If there's someone that's died in a backline, you cannot get that res off. It's just a no-go, right? So don't be trying to go in to get this res off and then try to come back, because it's not gonna happen, okay? Just once again, just play back, play your safe, play your cover, and just like play back. There's a quick reset. I'm just gonna have a drink as well while we just while we go through. Making a full recovery. Sorry, when I recorded this, by the way, guys, it's like the 4th or 5th VOD of the day or something like that, so my throat is like starting to go, basically. Okay, so we keep going. Nice position in there to obviously drop away from the bomb. Really, really nice. I don't like this res. Let's back out, okay? I don't like this res because you end up trading out your soldiers just to get this res off, okay? Remember, you never ever want to try and trade out for a res. So, obviously we drop for the bomb, which is completely fine. Really, really nice. We back out to obviously go and help Orisa, right? We now need to help our soldier right now, because soldier's going to get dove by 2 people. He's going to get dove by the Echo. He's going to get dove by the D.Va. We need to help our soldier survive this before we even think about going for a res, okay? So try to help him out, because what ends up happening is you go for this res, and he just gets dove and just like absolutely annihilated, right? We should have been helping him, making sure he was safe before we go for this res, okay? Now, say obviously you help your Sombra afterwards, which is nice, but then we also need to help our thing. Same thing again with the random super jumps. Just make these like little GAs like across the floor and stuff like that. Then once she's kind of like a little bit more healthier, then we could definitely start damage boosting our what's called our Sombra, who's what's called uncloaks and everything. All right. Same thing with the super jumps. We make ourselves a real. You see how the soldier is targeted to us now because we've just we've just super jumped like directly up basically. Because you're making yourself like a really big target right now doing the super jump up. Same thing again, stay on the floor. Nice use of cover here though. You sure that we're just damage boosting a tiny bit more here? Same thing with nice. Okay, I like this. I like this kind of like follow up onto the Sombra damage here with like the damage and everything. Really, really nice. Just want to get your positioning. You're doing these like little super jumps. Stay on the ground. Nice follow up on the visor. Really, really nice. Very, very nice. I will say your damage usage has been so much better this last round. Push up here. It's alright. Nice. I will say your damage usage has been a lot better the second round. In the first round, I feel as though you were like not really damage boosting like anything compared to this one where we're damage boosting a lot more, which is really, really nice. Nice, obviously peeling. Then head like once you're finished healing your AlphaAli, thinking to yourself, okay, where do I need to be next? You need to be helping obviously go into your soldier. So I would GA back here now and then play back here with your soldier. Okay? Because right now he's like your main bleeding target. Same thing as the super jumps. I probably won't gonna keep like harping on about the super jump because I've already talked about it. Nice res behind the cover, and we have an escape route. Really, really nice. Just obviously once you've done this res, you know this D.Va has tried diving you for the res, so she's gonna try and get the soldier afterwards. So it's fine you know rotating back to the Orisa to leave the res. That's really, really great. But as soon as we've done that, we need to be making sure that we're still getting back to our soldier to make sure he doesn't die, because there's no point you going for the res then. Okay. We don't need to bulk here. It feels like we just had to bulk and there's like a panic. Nice peel. But you see how we're not using our cover? Like, I was going to say this at the start of the Valk, but I thought, you know, I'm going to let it play out and see what happens, right? This is why we need to be using our cover with our Valks, okay? Because this is fine, you using it, you know, to avoid the bomb and everything, but definitely play it lower and, like, avoid it around here. And then once it's done, we could just, like, play our cover some more, okay? We don't want to be, like, flying about out in the open when we're using our Valks, okay? Because that's the reason why. TheeThee, can I ask as well, is this your main account or is it an alt account? Let's go to cover the doors, not the back. Fair enough. Let's keep going. I like those super jumpers to get to the high, but then keep on using your high ground. And ult. What rank is your main account, can I ask? While I'm just doing this. Make sure we damage is not a Rissa Javelin when she's when she's in. Nice heals into Orisa. Where's our soldier? Our soldier is here. Okay, that's fine. I was like seeing what's it called. I was seeing where the soldier was. That's fine. It's gold. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about something about that in a sec. Nice damage on the AlphaAli here. Really, really nice. Obviously, I like how you back off and you don't rotate like through the main. Make sure that we're here for damage boosting this this AlphaAli ult. Obviously, ends up falling. That's her bad though, because she had some really bad positioning. I would not go for this res right now, like, because right now, you resing this AlphaAli is not going to do anything to change this team fight. We just need to, like, try and keep these guys up. So be sure that we're still, you know, trying to keep our Rissa up, trying to keep the rest of our team up, basically. We do not need to go for this res, alright? Hey, everyone, sorry the audio went a little bit funny, but we are back. Obviously, you didn't really miss much. We were just respawning. Obviously, we do end up going back in to go and help Orisa. She ends up, like, walking forward a tad bit, but it's fine. Obviously, we end up rotating back. Soldiers above us. And I feel as though they're probably going to end up capping it now. Yeah, okay. So, TheeThee, I'm going to be not really brutally honest with you, but I'm going to tell you this now, okay? I want you to keep queuing on your main accounts at your main elo, okay? Because I don't want to say this in a mean way, but I want to be very honest with you because that's how you're going to improve as a person. You are not fit for this elo, okay? It's just an honest truth. I can see that you are very lost in this higher elo. You don't, what's it called? Yeah, exactly. It's not giving diamond, okay? It's giving me gold, which is what you are, okay? Like, I feel as though, like, yes, it's completely fine. You know, if you want to, like, what's it called? You want to go and, like, make an alt account and stuff like that. It's completely fine. You know, it is what it is. But I think coming back to, you know, like, reality is very much like whatever you are on your main account or, you know, that kind of thing. I feel as though that is where you're at, and that I feel as though, in my opinion, you are at that gold level basically. So I think my first piece of advice for you is just keep queuing on your main account and keep queuing at that gold, maybe plat elo, okay? Because right now you queuing at this level is not going to help you at all. Like, it's actually going to hinder your performance, basically. Because it's like, what's it called? You seem extremely lost and you seem very panicky, okay? Diamond works a lot differently to, obviously, like, gold and plat, because obviously it's a lot faster, a lot of people, a lot more coordinated and stuff like that, okay? So my main thing is queue on your main account. Do that, first of all. You know, next thing is obviously stop panicking so much. Like, be sure just to kind of, like, take a breath and think to yourself, okay, like, what's it called? How can I, like, be the most effective in this scenario, okay? And, you know, make sure we're still applying that blue beam a tiny bit more. And, you know, we're just, like, you know, we're making sure that we're knowing who our main blue beam target is and going in and damage boosting them, okay? Because there's a few times, especially on the attack, you were very kind of like, oh, I don't know who to be with, right? Literally just kind of, like, know to yourself who is going to be my main blue beam target and who do I need to spend the most time with them, okay? I feel as though your positioning was quite good, actually, to be fair. Like, apart from like certain scenarios, your positioning was really, really good. Like, you using your cover, stuff like that, basically. I like that. Just, I want you to stop doing these random spamming super jumps, right? Unless if you need to do the super jump, don't do it. Okay, to keep yourself on the ground or keep yourself like somewhere that's safe, basically. Okay, and I'm gonna like leave it at that, TheeThee, because I don't want to like really overpower you with like what's it called, with advice, because it's not gonna help you. Okay, so what I first want you to work on is stopping panicking and making sure that we're knowing who to blue beam when, and really taking a step back and really allowing ourselves to think and stuff like that. And the next thing is obviously the super jumps. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to work on them first. And then once you kind of like feel as though you've nailed that some more, send me another VOD and I'll try and help you out with something else, okay? But those, I think, are the two biggest issues right now, and I want you to focus on them first before we move on to try and like do anything else, okay? But I hope this was right, TheeThee. Thank you so much everyone on Twitch as well as on YouTube that have been watching this. Once again, you guys can get your own VOD reviews, leave for 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!